Okay, guys, we're going to start the session now. Thank you very much for joining to this listen and drill session. Today we're going to discuss about what it is hashtag activism. Uh, and yeah, it's very nice to have you here. This is going to be our agenda today. We're going to greet each other, introduce ourselves. I will really appreciate that everyone can participate of this listening drill. Then we will discuss the goal of the session. We will do some warm-up activities and then listening activities and a wrap-up in conclusion. Um, so let's start with introducing ourselves. Hello, everyone. My name is Sofia Moreno. I am 27 years old. I live in Washington, D.C., and I am studying here to certify my English. And that's it. Now I would like to know more about you. Who wants to start?
Okay, hello teacher. Good afternoon for everyone. I'm Jorge Luis Mendoza Roa. I'm 19 years old. I is studying a bachelor degree in foreign languages with emphasis in English. Like all of you at UNAD, I'm in my sixth semester of this career. I'm doing my practices, but I'm here to practice my listening, my speaking. Yeah, and that's basically all. Maybe that I work as a receptionist at a hotel. Yeah, that's everything. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jorge, for participating. It's very nice to meet you. Natalia, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, teacher. Hello, everybody. I am Natalia Vaquero. I am third semester. I student bachelor degree for languages with emphasis in English. Thank you, teacher.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Natalia. And Dana?
Hello, my name is Dana. I am 20 years old. I am a student of in bachelor's degree with of foreign languages with emphasis on English. And I live in Villavicencio. That's it.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Yes, so because this is a listening session, listening goes hand by hand with the speaking. So I might be asking you a few questions. If you can't talk in the moment, you can write in the chat too. So, um, let's see, can Natalia please help me reading the goal of this class?
Mm. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to understand and discuss the concept of hashtag activities, demonstrating comprehension of key ideas from an audio, text, and asking appropriate linking phrases to express opinion and contrast clearly in spoken and written English.
There you go. Thank you very much. So yeah, this is pretty much what we are going to be doing today. We're going to listen discussions and like some arguments that people will say in the audios about like the topic hashtag activism. We will be demonstrating our comprehension of the audio by answering a few questions. And then we'll also learn about like the phrases, the linking phrases that can help us to express our opinions or ideas or some contrast in spoken and written English. So now we're going to do a warm-up activity. Before we start, have you ever heard about hashtag activism? Or this is the first time?
Okay, maybe it could be related to something. Yeah, it is about technology, about the social media, something like the
Mm-hmm.
people or the influencers, all the people that are in this field use to talk
Mm-hmm.
about something. I don't know, maybe something in particular for that they are like activists, like for example, if they are protecting the environment or again or against the I don't know about the equality or something like that.
Yes, it's definitely something of what you said is related, of course, to social media. So yeah, you have a good idea of what it is. We're going to watch a video. I'm going to play the video twice so you will understand perfectly, and then we are going to discuss about the topic. Can you confirm that you can listen to the audio, please?
Understanding hashtag activism. A mod
Can you listen to the audio?
Yes, teacher.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to play it twice.
Understanding hashtag activism. A modern tool for social change. Hello everyone. Today we're diving into a fascinating and modern concept, hashtag activism. This term has become increasingly important in our digitally connected world. We'll explore what it means, how it works, and why it's significant. Stay tuned to learn how a simple hashtag can drive major social changes. Hashtag activism is the use of hashtags on social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook to advocate for causes and social issues. It's a form of digital activism where people use hashtags to raise awareness, share stories, and mobilize others. A great example is the hashtag #MeToo movement, which spread globally to highlight and protest against sexual harassment and assault. A hashtag can seem like just a symbol followed by words, but it holds great power in bringing people together. By using a specific hashtag, individuals can connect their posts to a larger, global conversation. This collective voice can attract attention from the media, policymakers, and the general public, amplifying the message and often leading to real-world impact. Like any form of activism, hashtag activism has its advantages and drawbacks. On the positive side, it's accessible, immediate, and can spread quickly. However, critics argue that it can lead to slacktivism, where people support causes only online, without engaging in more substantial actions. There have been many impactful hashtag campaigns over the years. Hashtag Black Lives Matter, hashtag Bring Back Our Girls, and hashtag Climate Strike are just a few examples. These hashtags not only sparked conversations but also led to protests, policy discussions, and in some cases, tangible changes in society. Hashtag activism shows how language and communication have evolved in the digital. It empowers people to speak up and join together for causes they believe in, all from their keyboards or smartphones. We hope this video has given you a clearer understanding of this powerful tool in modern activism. Thanks for watching, and keep using your voice to make a difference. Hashtag activism, a modern tool for social change. Hello everyone. Today we're diving into a fascinating and modern concept, hashtag activism. This term has become increasingly important in our digitally connected world. We'll explore what it means, how it works, and why it's significant. Stay tuned to learn how a simple hashtag can drive major social changes. Hashtag activism is the use of hashtags on social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook to advocate for causes and social issues. It's a form of digital activism where people use hashtags to raise awareness, share stories, and mobilize others. A great example is the hashtag #MeToo movement, which spread globally to highlight and protest against sexual harassment and assault. A hashtag can seem like just a symbol followed by words, but it holds great power in bringing people together. By using a specific hashtag, individuals can connect their posts to a larger, global conversation. This collective voice can attract attention from the media, policymakers, and the general public, amplifying the message and often leading to real change. Like any form of activism, hashtag activism has its advantages and drawbacks. On the positive side, it's accessible, immediate, and can spread quickly. However, critics argue that it can lead to slacktivism, where people support causes only online, without engaging in more substantial actions. There have been many impactful hashtag campaigns over the years. Hashtag Black Lives Matter, hashtag Bring Back Our Girls, and hashtag Climate Strike are just a few examples. These hashtags not only sparked conversations but also led to protests, policy discussions, and in some cases, tangible changes in society. Hashtag activism shows how language and communication have evolved in the digital age. It empowers people to speak up and join together for causes they believe in, all from their keyboards or smartphones. We hope this video has given you a clearer understanding of this powerful tool in modern activism. Thanks for watching, and keep using your voice to make a difference.
Okay, so based on the video, what do you guys think is hashtag activism? Based on what you understood.
Teacher, I think the power of voice in the social
Mhm.
medias.
Mhm.
The opinion the one person can influence
Influence?
other,
Mhm.
influence to others
Mhm.
or good.
Mhm.
Depends how receive the information,
Yeah,
whatever. Thank you,
that's
teacher.
very good. Yeah, of course. Thank you. That is very good. Unfortunately, it's not always in a positive way. When people use hashtag activism, can be also be in a bad way to promote violence. For example, in United States, a lot of people is using hashtag activism to deport immigrants, to hate on Hispanic people. So it has his pros and cons. But yeah, does anyone else have any different thought? No? Okay. So now let's answer the questions. Have you ever done hashtag activism? Has any of you ever done hashtag activism?
No, teacher, I have never done something like that. I have seen people doing that, but yeah, maybe relating to something about the poly, something about the political, yeah, issues,
Mm-hmm.
or yeah, about the environment, something like that. But in my case, I have never done something like that. I'm not into that kind of things about that. I use technology, but I don't like to post that kind of things.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What about the rest of you guys? Have you ever done hashtag activism?
Me neither, teacher, but I have seen people using it to raise awareness of important topics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that like people use it a lot on Twitter or on X. I don't have X or Twitter, so I've never used it before. But yeah, I feel that nowadays a lot of people is like doing hashtag activism against Palestine, Israel, against Trump. But sometimes we just don't see it. It depends on the content that we consume on social media. Okay, so yeah, this is a little bit of what we are going to listen today. Now we are going to get into the practice. Okay, so out of all these words, is there a word that you don't know? All the same, incidentally, for instance, you know, nevertheless, well, all the same. ¿Hay alguna palabra que no conozcan de esta lista?
I don't know why taking of which means teacher.
Is exactly, es literal. Como, mm, let me find you an example. Let's see. Mm, like the literal translation is toma de lo cual o de la cual. That is pretty much used like por el cual, but they use it in English as taken of which. Mhm. Nevertheless, sin embargo, for instance, is exactly the same as for example. Um, and yeah, mind you, like all the same, still, even so. I think that those are very common words that we see um, on books, on text. So what we are going to do now is that we are going to match these words with the information that we have. So Jorge, can you please help me reading until number 5, and then Dana, can you please help me read until the end, please?
And me reading what teacher? Sorry.
Yes, don't worry. From number 5 to number 8 until the end. So all this. And Jorge, can you please help me reading the first
Okay.
part? Mhm.
Okay, teacher, yes. Okay, this side. I'm Charlotte. I'm 17 and I live in Bristol, which is one of the coolest cities in the southwest of England. My friends and I saw reports of the national anti-austerity demonstration in London, where people were protesting against the uh, no, trident, no, yeah, trident cuts in welfare from the new government. It was too far for us to travel, but we wish we could have been there. And then one of my friends said, "Why don't we organize one here?" We put out an invitation on Facebook to all of our friends.
Thank you. Dana, please.
We hadn't done anything like it before, so we didn't know what to expect. But it just grew from there, and on the day, 5,000 people turned up to demonstrate. It was a completely amazing experience. A lot of great things have come out of that one Facebook page. We are now collecting food for local food banks and women's shelters. We are only young, but with Facebook, we are effective.
Thank you very much. So I want you guys to read it this verse so you will have an idea of what the text is talking about. Just to let you know, austerity es austeridad y les voy a leer el concepto de austeridad. Yo no lo sabía, pero creo que es importante. La austeridad es un término que se usa para describir una actitud política de moderación. Austeridad es como un sinónimo de moderar, por ejemplo, en la economía, moderar los gastos públicos del Estado. Eso. Just wanted to let you know. That's a new word that I learned in Spanish and in English. So I wanted you guys to let you know too. So what we are going to do now is that based on this text, we are going to find the answers of the first exercise. So I'm Charlotte, I'm 17 and I live in Bristol, which is what blah blah blah, one of the coolest cities in the southwest of England. So what do you think is the best answer for the number one?
Teacher, can I see the first part? Please.
Yes, let me see.
That is a little this
Así
bigger.
tal vez.
Yes, that.
Okay.
Maybe it is the letter B, incidentally.
Okay, you say letter B. What about the rest of you guys?
Teacher, maybe A.
A. Okay. Okay, actually the correct answer is letter B. Because first, for example, C, it won't be correct to say that which is, for example, one of the coolest cities. It doesn't make any sense. B is actually the correct answer, incidentally, because it means de paso, or like in this context would be like actually one of the coolest cities. And all the same, it's like a pesar de todo. And I feel that you need to have like a contrast to use all the same. And in this case, we don't. So it's just describing a city. So the perfect fit for this part of the paragraph was incidentally. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to give you guys probably 5 to 7 minutes to complete the activity. I don't know if you can see. Okay, I'm going to send the answers in the chat, and then you can write it. And then send it through the chat. Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes, and then we'll be back and review it together. How are you guys doing? Do you need more time?
Teacher, the answer in the chat.
Yes, please.
Okay, teacher.
Mhm. Okay, so we can start doing it. Okay, the second one. My friends and I saw reports of the national anti-austerity demonstration in London. Well, there, blah blah blah. Nevertheless, or you know, which one do you think is the correct answer?
Teacher, the second B.
Okay, you say B. Nevertheless, and Dana, what do you think? Dana, are you there?
And tell me, teacher, can you
Yes.
repeat?
What do you think? Yes. What do you think is the correct answer of the second one?
Mm, B, teacher.
Okay, B. Okay, the correct answer is actually letter A. Nevertheless, is sin embargo. And when you are using nevertheless, it's because you want to contradict what you just said before. But in this case, because this girl is talking, she's like, my friends and I saw reports of the international anti-austerity demonstration in London, you know, where people were protesting against the threatened cuts in welfare from the new government. So it makes more sense to use you know than nevertheless. Okay, the third one. It was too far for us to travel, but... Okay, Natalia, déjame ver qué escribiste. Pusiste B. Dana, what do you think is the correct answer?
The second?
Number 3.
Three?
The second one? Okay.
Of the
In
three
this
questions?
case, uh-huh, the correct answer is all the same. Um, and it is because, by the way, it's like introducing like a new idea. And in this case, they are not. They are just continue talking about like how far the travel was. All the same, we I remember this, we wish we could have been there. I know it's kind of confusing. I think, by the way, some kind of way can work too, but the correct answer of this part was letter A. Okay, and then one of my friends said, blah blah blah. Why don't we organize one there? And then correct answer, you put C. Dana, what do you think is the correct answer?
Um, well,
Mm-hmm. Yes, the correct answer is letter A. because as you can see here, we have a quotation mark, and the person was, well, why don't you organize one here? Quotation. It makes more sense than saying nevertheless or as I was saying. We put an invitation on Facebook to all of our friends. Blah blah blah. We hadn't done anything like it before, so we didn't know what to expect. Okay, so you put Natalia, sorry, you put A. Dana, what do you think?
The sentence 5,
Yes.
the word 5,
Mhm.
and maybe me, mind you, aunque.
Yes. That's the correct answer. Mind you, we hadn't done that anything like it before, so we didn't know what to expect. Do you know what mind you means? It's like teniendo en cuenta. So it makes more sense that the other options, like for example, we're taking of which. Okay, and the last three, blah blah blah. A lot of great things have come out of that one Facebook page. You put letter C, Natalia.
Yes, teacher,
However.
however.
Mhm. Okay, and what do you think, Dana?
Of the six, teacher?
Yeah.
B.
Okay. The correct answer of letter C at 6 is B. By the way, a lot of great things have came out of the one Facebook page. Because, however, is sin embargo can be used in this case too, but we also need to read more of like what is next. And based on the information after letter C, it makes more sense to say by the way. Okay, 7, blah, blah, blah. We are now collecting food for local food banks and women's shelters. A. Okay. What do you think in Dana?
C.
Okay. Yes, the correct answer is letter C. For example, now we are now collecting food for local food banks and women's shelter. Okay, and the last one, we are only young, but
A, letter A.
correct. Even so, with Facebook we are effective. Incluso con Facebook somos eficientes. O es efectivo el movimiento. Very good. Very, very good. Thank you very much, girls, for participating. Now we're going to listen to the audio and check the answers for exercise 1 to confirm that we actually understand the context of the information.
I'm Charlotte. I'm 17 and I live in Bristol, which is, incidentally, one of the coolest cities in the southwest of England. My friends and I saw reports of the national anti-austerity demonstration in London, you know, where people were protesting against the threatened cuts in welfare from the new government. It was too far for us to travel, but all the same we wished we could have been there. And then one of my friends said, well, why don't we organise one here? We put up an invitation on Facebook to all of our friends. Mind you, we hadn't done anything like it before, so we didn't know what to expect. But it just grew from there. And on the day, 5,000 people turned up to demonstrate. It was a completely amazing experience. By the way, a lot of great things have come out of that one Facebook page. For instance, we are now collecting food for local food banks and women's shelters. We're only young, but even so, with Facebook, we're effective.
Okay, what do you guys think? Does that make sense? With the options that we choose?
Teacher, excuse me, I don't understand.
You don't understand what I said or what we were listening?
About your question.
Oh no, I was just asking you if you could understand the audio with the answers or if you want to listen it again.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Mhm. Okay, so listening strategy. As you listen, pay attention to the markers. The markers are the linking phrases. These are the linking phrases that we learned today, which connect pieces of information to each other. For example, however, introduce a contrast, whereas, for instance, introduce an example. So, because of time, we can keep doing in the audio, but what I want you guys to do is that we're going to do the wrap up activity, and you don't have to create three, but try to create two sentences where you can use one of these ones, one of these linking phrases that we discussed today. You can write that on the chat, and yeah, let me know when you are done, and I'll be sending the attendance link. Entonces lo que vamos a hacer ahora es que van a hacer una oración, una o dos oraciones, donde utilicen por lo menos uno de los ejemplos que tenemos acá, de las linking phrases. Esa oración la pueden escribir en el chat, luego la revisamos y ya, eso sería todo, chicos.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. By the way, I gotta go to the supermarket today. I forgot it. There you go. Good job. The English is foreign language in Colombia. By the way, in the other countries it's equal. However, in the United States, it's principal language. Good job. Very good job, girls. Thank you very much for participating on today's session and the activities. I sent the attendance links before I close the class. Do you have any questions, any comments?
Teacher, thank you. I appreciate your class.
Thank you,
Sure.
Natalia. Thank you.
I learned a lot of vocabulary today with you. Thank you for your class.
Thank you. Thank you, girls, for joining, and I hope to see you next week in a different session. Have a good day, girls. Bye bye.
Okay, have a good day too. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.